Arizona, home to Swift City, new housing rights, and voter intimidation. We've got issues. A few weeks ago, the city of Phoenix voted to ban source of income discrimination. Shout out to the baddies who did the work to get this passed. This week, Attorney General Chris Mace issued an opinion saying, hey, that's okay. This is a switch from the last Attorney General, who was going after the city of Tucson for doing the exact same thing last year. Not only does this mean that the two largest cities in Arizona are holding bad landlords accountable for discrimination, it also means that they legally have the right to do it. This is good news for other cities and opens the door for other ordinances to hold bad landlords accountable. This ruling will make housing more available to the most vulnerable Arizonans and get more people into homes in the face of the housing affordability crisis. The next step is for the state to pass a law making source of income discrimination illegal in all of Arizona. But will they? The House Elections Committee is on a rampage, silencing and bullying people who come and give testimonies against bills that they support.
Replacement theory, that there are issues in
Chair,
our voter registration
order. The great
order.
replacement theory is a white supremacist theory. This speaker is calling us white supremacists. I renew my motion that Mr. Shield not be permitted to come and call me a white supremacist.
Okay, order. This isn't the first year that we have hostile legislators shutting down or kicking out people who speak in opposition to their pet projects. It wasn't okay then, and it's particularly bad this year. The homies at Progress Arizona and Opportunity Arizona put together a press conference calling for an end to the intimidation in the elections committees.
And in a legislature, when these parties have the thinnest possible margins, they should be welcoming this discourse. They should be welcoming people who have different opinions, and instead they're using their power to silence the people. But yeah.
Remember, the Capitol isn't the legislator's house, it's the people's house. And the straight-up disrespect coming from these elected officials put in place by our votes, writing laws that affect our lives, is unacceptable. Last week, we signed in to speak against two bad bills that would, you guessed it, make it harder for you to vote. SB 1141 would require you to have an ID while dropping off your early ballot. And SCR 1015 would make it substantially harder to get the signatures needed for ballot initiatives. Remember, a ballot initiative is when voters have a chance to propose new laws or amend existing laws by gathering signatures from registered voters in order to get an issue on the ballot. And this is to do it without the interference of the state legislature. For example, legalizing marijuana and increasing the minimum wage were both successful ballot initiatives. Mind you, they're only tearing down vote by mail, ballot initiatives, and setting up barriers to the vote because they don't like who's voting, and these are both powerful ways to make our voices heard and pass laws that help Arizonans. In 2022, extremists knocked on doors of Arizonans demanding to know how people voted in the name of election denialism. SB 1324 and HB 2560 are twin bills that would post ballot images and private information before the elections are certified, giving out voter information before an election is even called. These bills, would allow these same extremists to target voters they don't agree with. The Voter Privacy Violation Act creates an atmosphere of intimidation and publishes the full voted ballot without redacting any information. We're pretty shocked that Secretary of State Adrian Fontes is supporting these bills, especially since his whole deal was protecting democracy. This bill actively throws red meat to people looking to harass voters in what's supposed to be private information and fuels extremists looking to overturn free and fair elections. Want something fun to do next weekend? We're sponsoring the Funky Latinas Music Festival on March 25th. Make sure to go grab your tickets. Save the date for March 29th. We will be having a Meet the Team open house where you can come and learn more about our organization. FYI, we rescheduled our first free game of the year to April 6th with muralist Lucinda Hinojos. Lucinda will be guiding us through a creative roadmap to step up your game as a working artist and talk through her journey as a professional muralist. Thank you for watching episode 4 of season 4 of We've Got Issues, a Fuerte Network production. Shout out to the People First Economy and the Voting Rights Coalition for research and expertise. Writing by Clarissa Rodriguez and Senia Orona. Filming done by Clarissa Rodriguez. Editing done by Clarissa Rodriguez and Senia Orona. Graphics by Senia Orona. Theme music by Dominic Medina. The thoughts and opinions expressed by We've Got Issues do not necessarily represent those of the Fuerte Arts Movement.